It all started on a gray Monday morning. Asterisk. Rain slicked the sidewalks as students poured through the gates of Roosevelt High. Everyone seemed to move with a sense of routine, familiar rhythm, except one girl. Small figure stepped cautiously. Through the front entrance, her hoodie pulled tight over her head, backpack worn from travel, eyes focused straight ahead. Her name was Layla Stone. No one knew yet that her bloodline carried something fierce, something famous. Layla was new again. She had been to 4 schools in the last 3 years. Her father was constantly on the move for work, and her mother... Well, Layla never really spoke about her. She kept her past quiet, locked away like a diary no one was allowed to read. All Layla wanted was peace, a chance to blend in. But she'd learned quickly that peace wasn't easy when you're different. Asterisk by 3rd period. The whispers had started. Asterisk, who's the new girl? Asterisk, she doesn't talk to anyone. Asterisk, what's with the combat boots? She thinks she's in a movie. Asterisk, probably some army brat? Asterisk, she didn't respond. Layla had trained herself to breathe through ridicule, to keep her eyes down and her heart steady. What they didn't know was that she'd been raised with discipline, grit, and a quiet fire that could light up a room or burn it down. Asterisk at lunch, she sat alone at a table near the back of the cafeteria. Just her, a peanut butter sandwich, and the hum of gossip. That was when Macy Greer, the school's self-declared queen bee, walked over with her entourage. Asterisk Macy was used to admiration. Her glossy hair, expensive jeans, and plastic-perfect smile gave her power over people who thought beauty equaled value. And she did not like when someone didn't look at her the way everyone else did, with admiration or fear. Asterisk K, your new girl, Macy said sweetly, her tone dripping with mock kindness. You dropped something? Asterisk Layla looked up. Macy was holding a crumpled napkin. Asterisk Layla shook her head. That's not mine. Asterisk Macy dropped it on her tray anyway. Oops. Asterisk the whole table of girls laughed. Layla just stared. Asterisk, you got a problem with me? Macy asked, her voice rising. Or do you not know how to speak? Asterisk Layla stood up, slowly and calmly. She wasn't tall, but something in her posture made her seem unshakable. Asterisk, I don't have a problem with anyone, she said. I just came here to learn. Asterisk, the cafeteria quieted a little. People were watching now. Asterisk, Macy smirked. Well, we don't need silent little weirdos sitting around like ghosts. Maybe you need a wake-up call. Asterisk. And in that moment, she did the unthinkable. She raised her hand, palm open, ready to slap Layla across the face. Asterisk. But before Macy's hand could reach its target, Layla moved. Fast, fluent, deadly calm. She caught Macy's wrist midair, twisted it just enough to cause a yelp, then stepped back with a shift in weight that made Macy stumble forward awkwardly. Asterisk. No one laughed. No one moved. Layla's eyes narrowed. Asterisk, don't ever try to touch me again, she said. You might regret it. Asterisk, the room fell silent. Someone whispered, where did she learn to do that? Asterisk Layla grabbed her bag and walked away, not looking back. But as she passed a group of stunned students, one of them asked her quietly, Who? Are you? Asterisk. Layla paused. Just for a second. Asterisk, my name's Layla Stone, she said, and I'm Vin Diesel's granddaughter. Then she kept walking. Asterisk, by the end of the day, her name was everywhere. Teachers, students, even the janitor were whispering about the incident. The security cameras had caught it all, and while the school policy was strict on violence, the footage showed Macy as the aggressor. Layla wasn't punished. In fact, the principal called her into his office just to make sure she was okay. Asterisk, you handled yourself remarkably well, he said, folding his hands on the desk. That's quite the training you've had. Layla nodded once. He smiled. And your grandfather Vin Diesel? Asterisk, she gave a small smirk. Let's just say, he taught me to never be the one who starts a fight, but always be the one who ends it. The days that followed were different. Asterisk Layla no longer walked through the halls invisible. Students gave her space not out of fear, but respect. A few even started talking to her, genuinely curious about her life. She didn't tell them much, but word spread about her past, how she had trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Krav Maga. From age 6, how her grandfather had been a quiet force in her life, teaching her about loyalty, strength, and silence. But not everyone changed. Macy came back to school the following week, humiliated and bruised in more ways than one. She tried to pretend nothing had happened, but her aura had cracked. The fear she once commanded was gone. In one afternoon, she cornered Layla near the library. Asterisk, you think you're so special because of your last name? Macy hissed. You can fight? Asterisk, Layla didn't flinch. No, I think I'm special because I didn't let someone like you define me. Macy blinked, caught off guard. I've moved too many times to count, Layla continued, voice soft but steady. And every time, there's someone like you who tries to put me in a box. I've learned something. The quiet ones. We're not weak. We're just waiting for the right moment to show you who we really are. Asterisk, Macy backed away, something in her eyes changing. Maybe fear. Maybe understanding. By the end of the semester, Layla had joined the school's martial arts club. She never boasted. She never showed off. But when she sparred, people watched in awe. Wow, there was grace in her power. Precision in her control. Asterisk, slowly. She became a mentor for younger students, especially the ones who sat alone at lunch, especially the girls who were always the butt of jokes. She would sit beside them, talk to them, train with them. Asterisk, one of them. A small sophomore named Kiara once asked, "Why do you help people like me?" Asterisk, Layla smiled. Because someone once helped me, because I know what it feels like to be stepped on, and because one day, you'll do the same for someone else. The bullies faded. The fear turned into admiration, and Layla, she kept showing up, with her quiet confidence, with her deep legacy, with her spirit of steel and a heart that had been forged in fire. Asterisk, she didn't need to prove who she was, because true strength doesn't come from shouting, it comes from standing up when everyone expects you to fall. Asterisk, and that's what they all remembered, not the fight, but the way she carried herself after. Asterisk, because Layla wasn't just another new girl. She was legacy. She was fire. She was Vin Diesel's granddaughter.